Welcome back to the Chicago Huddle. We are here at the Whirly Ball in Vernon Hills with Charles Tillman, and now it is time for the Loyola Sports Medicine Injury Update. All right, Charles, so far so good for the Bears' first 2 weeks. Matt Nagy came out after the Seattle Seahawks game and said no major injuries. But the Bears made a big change this offseason. They changed their weight staff and their training staff. Do you think that's the reason why, or do you think it's just good fortune so far?
I think that's the reason why, and I think it's a little bit of good fortune. Clearly, if I were taking care of our teams for conditioning, I think they'd be okay. But if you wanted me to take care of them from a health standpoint, they'd be hurt all the time. I wouldn't be able to nurse anything. No, we had why am I drawing a blank right now?
Rusty Jones?
We had Rusty Jones.
There we
get
go.
your carbs. Get your carbs. Everyone get your carbs. For the most part, we were
Cabs
healthy.
is carbs.
Yeah, he was from Boston. He was from Massachusetts. So he used to always say, "Cabs, get your cabs." When we had Rusty Jones, he was so good about stretching and giving us the right nutrition and things like that, and it allowed us to be healthy on the field. He made sure we had all the Pedialyte, all the salt, all the extra fluids that we needed to stay hydrated throughout the game, throughout the season. That plays a huge role. It's a huge part of why they're successful, and why they're healthy right now. Now, the real test will be week 5, week 6, week 7, with guys getting injured. Will they be able to get them back on the field quicker?
Yeah, that's what we will find out, I think, from the training staff, if they're able to do that. All right, 2 weeks are down. Now they just have bumps and bruises. When you were playing, bumps and bruises are part of your 16-week career.
Correct.
All right, so you really never start the year at 100% because you have training camp. But what percentage?
Week 1, you might be at like 95%.
Okay.
Week
so
1.
now what are you playing at? Because I didn't take any beating. I never got hit, so I was always 100%. But what were you playing? What were you playing at? What percentage were you playing at now going into week 3 for the rest of the year?
I'd say week 3, you're probably 85%. And as the season goes on, week 3, week 4, week 5, it starts to go 85, 70. And believe it or not, you can play full speed at 70% because there's this thing called adrenaline. If they sold it in a store in a pill form, they'd be sold out. I would buy stock in that every time. There are plenty of days, plenty of games, plenty of weeks. You can ask my wife. Sunday night or after a game, Monday, Tuesday, you're barely walking. Wednesday, you're kind of getting around to it. By Sunday, 12 o'clock game time, I could outrun, I could outjump, I could outhit, I could outcatch anybody on the field. And it was ultimately, in my opinion, it's a mindset. Some people, prima donnas, I'm not going to say who, but some guys in this league, they're prima donnas. They can only play at 100%. Some guys, hey, I just need 60, 65, 70%. I'm good to go. I'll give you everything I got.
As you got older, and you're going to see now with the Bears, Kyle Long's going to be on the injury report on Wednesdays or Thursdays, taking days off as a veteran.
Right.
How important was that for you as you got older to feel fresher for those Sunday games?
It just allows you time to. It allows your body time to recover. Unfortunately, I learned that the hard way in year 10. We played Detroit, had about 100 snaps that game. The next week we played San Diego, and one of our DBs got hurt that week of practice, so I took his reps in practice. We got to the game on Sunday. I'm trying to cover Vincent Jackson. And running down the field, man, you'd have thought he was Usain Bolt and I was Rudy from the movie Rudy at Notre Dame. Like, he just blew me out of the water. And Coach Smith and John Hoke looked at him and said, hey, that's not Peanut's fault. That's our fault. We definitely gave him too many reps in practice. So as you get older, your body doesn't recover like it used to when you're like 21, 22. Again, I learned that the hard way on national TV. I gave up like 2 or 3 touchdowns, and it was just not my fault. I just didn't have any legs. But, again, you learn from it, and sending him this week and not letting him get in those reps in practice, it'll benefit him later on in the season.
All right, I'm going to knock on wood and hope for the good fortunes for the Bears on the injury front. We're going to do that, and it's going to continue this week against the Arizona Cardinals. When we come back, we're going to find out about Charles Tillman's biggest passion, so stay tuned.